people, my abled subscribers who have been taking time to subscribe, and just some anybody who just comes around my channel and likes it and watches a video and decides to subscribe. I really appreciate. So thank you so much. I love you so much. Mwah. So today I was just chilling, you know. I was just chilling. Then I thought about discussing about, this channel. Most of the times we discuss about women. It's a safe feminine space. I mean space. So we discuss a lot about women, and no, men are not left behind. Sometimes we also discuss about men, but most of the times we talk about women. So also when I was just chilling, I thought of sharing with you a little things or a few things about knowing your rights as a woman. You know, because most recently we saw how Sarah Kabu really fought for what was hers, what is really hers. And surprisingly, up to now, the vast majority are still, still trying to side with the husband, the ex-husband. They have not believed. And of punguza your volume. You can see I'm doing a live. Go and reduce that volume. Sorry, guys. So many people, have not been able to come to terms or believe that whatever Sarah is fighting for is actually rightfully hers. And this is why I made this video. Growing up, a lot of women in my village were very, very poor, very poor, such that they just depended on their children for survival. Sometimes you know how it goes. Not all your children will support you. Maybe if you have 7, maybe 1, or sometimes all of them. And also, the economic situation may not allow your child to support you economically. Actually, women in my community were relying on their children to support them, because they literally have nothing. And now that I'm an adult is when I'm realizing what happened to those women. Those women, it's not like they were lazy. They were not lazy. Their husbands took advantage of them and wasted their lives. And they did not know how to fight for what is rightfully theirs. Because you can be in marriage with a man for several years. Maybe you're not working, you're just at home taking care of the babies and taking care of the house. The man is out there working, hustling and doing projects and doing everything. And then one day, the man decides to marry a second wife. When the second wife is coming in, most of the time you realize that it's actually this second wife that he has written in all his properties. So all his properties are actually in the hands of a second wife. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. You can comment down there. I'm discussing about knowing your rights as a woman and fighting for what is rightfully yours as a woman. So this leaves the first wife with actually nothing. And mark you, those days, women were giving birth to 8, 10, 15 children, 12 those days. So you have literally nothing at all. The second wife, if the man dies, the second wife remains with everything. And you just have to survive at the mercies of your children. Imagine the properties that your man bought are not even in the hands of your children. No, they are in the hands of the new woman that he brought in. So this is what made so many women poor. poor, very, very poor, extremely poor, that they were beggars. And this is what was bringing this topic. This is what brings this topic about toxic mother-in-law, which we'll discuss later, not today. So Sarah, so actually, when a man brings in a second wife, most women were deciding to stay alone, because those days marriage was just just being with the identity of a man, being tagged alongside a man. It was very special, and it was a very important thing those days back then. So a woman, if the husband brings in a second wife, she'll just stay along to watch how the two. Kindly double tap the screen to like this live. So after everything has happened, the second woman has been brought in, and some of those women, they were even afraid of their husbands, because she can't even go there and ask this man, you have brought in this woman, where is my property? Some of these men, can you imagine, they were building one house and he wants the two women to live in that one house. Can you imagine how toxic that kind of a man is? And these women, they were just there, living in that very same house. Now when the man dies, is when one decided, people decide now to go their ways, because actually the person who was oppressing you is no longer there. And it was very, very difficult. Sometimes the community had to come in. The community comes in, the community starts saying, and if the second wife has money, your mother-in-law will be in her side, because she will be giving the mother-in-law a lot of money, and she'll be giving the brothers-in-law a lot of money, and pumping a lot of, very, very bad words about the first wife to her in-laws. And that's how as a first wife, you're going just to mess up everything. You're going to be messed up. So sometimes I feel like what Sarah did, I can say congratulations to her. Because when she realized that the man was floundering and just not able to zip up, she decided to walk out. Because if a man if any man is inviting you into polygamy, that man is inviting you into a life of poverty and struggle. And no woman should accept that. And especially in this era, never allow that in your life, because you're going to live a life of struggle. You're going to live a difficult life. So don't allow that to happen to you as a woman. So Sarah went to court, and Sarah actually, she remained with the property, bonfire. She's the sole owner of that property, even though the husband is still tagged along, but she's still the sole owner. She's the sole owner of that property. See? Sarah, she knew what is ahead of her. If the man starts behaving that way, that man is going to mess up your life. That man is going to mess up your life with his philandering ways. Thank you for joining. Kindly just double tap the screen and like this live. You can also share your comments down there as we talk. So this is why, as a modern woman, I congratulate Sarah, because she knew that if that's how it is, it's not going to be easy for her, and she's likely to lose all her property and become a beggar. And she did not allow that to happen. Can you imagine, from the community, in my community where I come from, do you know that it is even bad? They say it is even bad to go and stand with your husband in court. They say your husband is like a small god, that you shouldn't go with him to court. And yet this person is suppressing you and oppressing you. Can you believe that? And you are being told not to even take him to court. Sometimes this person is really messing up badly, is making very bad decisions that are going to destroy your lives. And you are told you are not supposed to, try and be defensive. try and call on the man if he's doing something wrong. Majority of our mothers really lived a very difficult life. Very, very difficult. Very difficult. I even saw in fact, there's a lady, she was employed by the TSC at the time of her marriage. The husband managed to convince her to take a loan from TSC. She took a loan, she bought a land, and then they built a very good house for their children and themselves to stay in. Now, but when she was doing this, the husband was not yet employed by the... Stop disturbing me. Go to Farel.
Mama.
Yes?
Mama, badiwe.
Go to Farel.
Mama.
And then, enda uvae nguo. Unaona vile nakaa vibaya? This my friends watakuchapa.
Mama.
Enda uvae nguo alafu kuja nikubebe. Enda uvae nguo kuja nikubebe.
Mama.
So, a few years later, the husband remarried. Actually, the husband impregnated a secretary at his workplace. So, the secretary told him that she will not raise that kid alone. He will have to be present in the life of that child. So, this lady here came in as a second wife. The husband went to the land for her and built her a very good house somewhere. I won't mention the place. Now, another few years later, the husband impregnated the house help. The house help of the first wife. After impregnating that house help, he married that house help as a third wife now. Now, this time round, he threw out the first wife completely. He threw her out. Farel, come for baby. He threw her out. And I watched with a lot of pain in my heart as this lady walked out, leaving her 5 children behind and going to start with a salary of 5,000. Her salary is 5,000. Imagine. Because her salary, the government has been deducting the loans she took. So she only has a salary of 5,000. You see this? This woman left. She didn't even know where to start from or what to do. Double tap the screen. Double tap the screen to like this live. Double tap. Thank you for joining. We only have 2 minutes or 1 minute and 30 seconds to, finish this live. Thank you for joining. Double tap the screen to like this live. Double tap the screen. Double tap the screen. So this lady walked out with literally nothing. Nothing. And this a lady who was very hardworking, who was very ambitious. She knew what she wanted in her life. The husband messed her life completely. What even annoys me is that she did not even fight back. You are supposed to fight back and claim what is yours. No, you are right. If something belongs to you, it belongs to you. And do not allow anybody to mess you just because you are married to them. Marriage does not mean you are supposed to be oppressed. We should not allow this. Huh? Shika, mbona unanisumbua na niko na wageni? Farel, come for this baby. Farel, come and take this baby. Harakisha, nakuja kukupea nyonyo, sawa? Nakuja kusaidia na nyonyo. So, this lady did not fight like many women. Farel, what's wrong with you? Come and take the baby. This lady did not fight for what is hers. Take this baby, I'm coming to take her, to give her nyonyo. And this is what I want the current women to change. Let us change the narrative. Fight for what is yours. If you participated in building something, it is your right to fight. So fight. Don't look back. Do not be intimidated. Fight for what is yours. It is very difficult and it is very sad to be a beggar when you worked hard to build a fortune for yourself. So rise up, women.